welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm just bringing you along with a little bit of spring cleaning, if you will, for me in regards to long-term food storage, okay? So I was really behind with kind of putting things back. And this is kind of one of my pet peeves, but you know, I get a lot of stuff, I get stuff on sale, and then it's just not quite enough. Other things come up, you know, and it's really easy to feel overwhelmed and get overwhelmed, and you have all these projects that you want to do. Our family literally is doing prepping projects every single day aggressively, and so you get behind. So today I'm just going to walk you through kind of what we did. I had these buckets here for a while. I was like, okay, I need to fill these up. You see, it's a mosh podge of stuff, okay? I'm not just doing one product today. I have one labeled candy, I have one for pasta, one for rice and beans, one for baking products, and then this back one said taters. And then all I did was I just either vacuum sealed them, right? Or I put them in the MYLAR bags with the oxygen absorbers if it was a food that required that. Some foods you don't need or you don't want the oxygen absorber, for example, sugar, okay? So that's really all I did, you guys. A vacuum sealer is an amazing food preservation system that I would look into getting. They have a few that are cheaper. I'll link a link in the description of the one that I have. It's just a basic food saver, but I absolutely love it. It gets the job done. And with one machine, that's how you can vacuum seal stuff like this. You buy the bags or you buy rolls, and you literally can just put your product in them. This one, for example, I just cut the bag of M&Ms. I just cut it so that I could get the air out of it, or that the air would get sucked out of it as well. And then I put it inside of this, okay? It's not necessarily bad to keep it in its original packaging. That's just another layer of protection, but you want to actually snip it open so that when the machine does its job of sucking the air out, it's going to get the air that's inside the packaging as well. So the air that was in the M&M bag, for example, will get sucked out as well. And you can see this bad boy is just like all the way sucked down, okay? And then all you're doing is the machine is gonna suck out the air and seal it for you. And then all you have to do is just make sure that you label it with what it is if you can't visibly see. And then of course the month and the year, okay? And then you're gonna just store it. Now you guys, you don't have to do 5-gallon buckets, okay? This isn't the only way preppers prep is, you know, if it's long-term food, it has to be in a bucket. That's absolutely not true. What you want to do though is just make sure that anything you vacuum seal or put in a MYLAR bag, you're putting in some sort of container, like I said, because you don't want rats or mice to be able to get in there and they'll chew at the bag. Then it's going to break the seal, and then your food's not going to last, okay? Of course, it's also for kind of a water barrier as well. But the number one reason, in my opinion, is to keep the critters out. Now, I did two things, and I've mixed this all together, you guys. So I've got stuff that I vacuum sealed, and then I have stuff that I just put in MYLAR bags. And then I just, with my hot iron, I sealed it up. Right before I sealed it up, I put my oxygen absorber in it, and then I let it go. Now, I just did these, a lot of this yesterday. So the ones that have oxygen absorbers, they're starting to work, but they're not all the way hard yet. So you see this one is lentils, excuse me. My throat lately. This one is lentils. It's not all the way hard yet, but it's definitely on its way. Ugh, I don't know why I do that, but I need something to drink. You guys got it. You guys got to see my my little part of my desk back there's a hot mess. My throat has been just horrible today. Okay. So I did some pasta, as you can see, super hard. I had sometimes the machine just for whatever reason with your vacuum sealing, sometimes it just doesn't want to quite suck out all the air. Just from time to time that does happen to me, and in those instances I'll throw an oxygen absorber in there, and then I'll redo the process. And this one actually kept, but I had one for some reason that just wouldn't seal, okay? So just all kinds of pasta options, right? Here's my spaghetti, just to make space, you know. I broke it in half. but I've got a big one in there that I ended up not breaking in half that I just sealed up. I did a bunch of white rice. I had a bunch of white rice. I had a couple small bags of black beans, the lentils, and a bag of, I think, pintos, all smaller size bags. So I just sealed them up and put them in there. At the same time, I also did a bunch of flour. So you see this is soft, right? It's in MYLAR bags. I did flour and I did some sugar as well. Again, you see it's kind of soft in here, right? I'm just sealing it up to make it last a little bit longer. First of all, sugar will last forever if you store it right. Flour is a little bit different. Flour, they say approximately 5 years shelf life, but this is really a gray area for me because there's preppers who have opened flour that was 20 years old and they used it and it was just fine, and they used it in bread and baking products and it was good. But then I've seen preppers open up containers that were 20 years old and it just was very, very fine. You could just tell that it just was really broken down over the years and wasn't gonna be a good product, okay? We've never stored flour that long. You know, this is actually, even for me, the first time that I'm actually starting to put flour away. That's one thing that, for the most part, we haven't really prepped before, but we're thinking more items that we need to start prepping. And we have a mill grain now, and we're gonna be keeping wheat berries as well, but starting to put some flour and stuff away. And then you see here, I vacuum sealed some taters, just some instant taters with powdery stuff like taters. There's a couple different ways you can do that, but you're gonna wanna put it inside something else before you do the whole vacuum sealing process. I've seen a lot of pages do the little paper brown bags. I usually just throw in those ones are just in a gallon baggie that is kept open, and then I let it vacuum seal it, and then it seals up and it's done, okay? It's just because when it vacuum seals, you don't want it to suck up a bunch of flakes, a bunch of powder flakes, and then you're in a hurting world. They're all over the place, okay? So another thing, Easter candy, just a tip, right? That's a vice. That's the wrong one. That's a vice. And basically, you know, anytime that there's a holiday, I'll grab some candy. You might not even be a prepper, but be the type that does that anyway to get ahead of sales and just get you some candy when it's on sale. So after Easter, after Halloween, after Christmas, right? Grab you some candy, vacuum seal it, and get it stored up for a rainy day. So I did that this last Easter, got a bunch of candy and stored it up. Okay, you guys? So I would love to hear what you're doing for your long-term food storage. There's all types of ways, okay? So this is stuff that you can do yourself, preserving food in this way, MYLAR bags, vacuum sealing bags, but there's other ways. And then some people, their long-term food storage is their freeze-dried foods, right, that they purchase. So everybody's a little bit different. You're gonna wanna have a variety. So we have both. We have this type of stuff, and then we have more emergency, just add water, freeze-dried type foods. And in the future, we plan to get that freeze-dry machine so that we can play around with that. But for the time being, this is one of my #1 ways, you guys, that I put away food for long term, and I absolutely love it. So let me know if you have questions below in the comments. I'm here to answer them. Also, let me know what you're doing. I love to learn things from you guys as well, and what you guys are doing and how you do things, because again, all these things can be preserved a little bit different, right? You're gonna do what you wanna do and what you're comfortable with. You don't have to order or buy a 5-gallon bucket in your life if you don't want to, okay? Grab you some totes, some old totes that you have in storage, and do you up some food, get you your machine, and start vacuum sealing and have a good time. Another thing, reason why that vacuum sealer is such an important tool also is because it has an attachment to where you can seal your glass jar. So you can take a glass mason jar, you can put some of these foods in it if you wanted to, and then you could vacuum seal it and put it up that way as well. And this vacuum seal, it basically sucks all the air out of the jar, and then whatever you put in that jar will last forever. Well, I don't know about forever. Really depends on what the food is, but it elongates how long it's gonna be before that food goes bad. Okay, so just a quick video. I hope Too long, about 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I wanna hear from you guys in the comments. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that like button, it's right there. It doesn't take you nothing, just boop. Or the thumbs down, cool, I'll take those too. Means you're paying attention and that you watch something. So I will see you guys next time. Super excited for the next video. Take care.